Q&A, Loyal for Life Kennels. Hey James, been testing my female using one foe, 3 on day 5, 4 on day 7, 6 on day 9, 7 on day 11. Well, I've got a dog doing exactly the same thing, where, it's rising slowly. It's a year and a bit old dog, and finally today she's at an 18. Yesterday she was at a 7, and she'd been, slowly going up and down. You just got to keep on testing. When you get to these kind of numbers, I test every day. It's not very expensive with one foe to do that. And I mean, what you're going to see is all of a sudden she's going to jump up and get on it at that point. So just bear with it. It may be prolonged heat, but either way, same results. Test every day at this point. Ruben A, thanks for the video. Do the metal legs on the pig rust get hot where they can burn pups? No, absolutely not. So, remember the floor that they're on is temperature is going to be set to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Sounds hot, but remember the puppy's temperature is about that temperature. I mean, that's just mildly warm. It's not hot. It doesn't, and so the legs actually will not feel, they'll feel even colder than that. So not a problem whatsoever at all. Susan says, I stick to the safest things, heart guard, front line only. Tried and true and well and safe for pregnant dogs. Yep, okay, yep. And she also says the safeguard is awesome, it is. Wish it was more palatable for dogs. Yeah, they don't really care for it, but I don't have much problems give it to them. Oh, Brian 012281. It's not just with your studs or pups. I bought a heated whelping kit and James has answered many of my questions when I text him. Top-notch customer service. Well, thank you, Brian. We appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, the problem is most of the times that you buy something from a company and you need help, you make a phone call, you get an automated system, you get a runaround, it hangs up on you, or you get hold of somebody finally who knows less about the product than you do. It's frustrating. With us, you don't go through that. You talk to a human being. We don't always answer the phone immediately, but if we don't, we call you back. And certainly, when people call me, text or phone calls are answered quickly. Okay. Kathleen Rayner, all of my dogs are on NexGuard. Maybe it's like Safeguard. Though because we're in Australia, notorious for paralysis, ticks, and heartworm, NexGuard has, along with worms, also cover the deadly parasites. And never give it to a pregnant or lactating girls. Vets have a divided opinion on this. Okay, it's just as though I've lost one dog to paralysis, tick, and luckily had 2 others, big dogs. Oh, more to read. 2 of the big dogs. I think NexGuard is a flea and tick product. It's not like Safeguard, which is an internal oral thing that you take for parasites. So I don't know NexGuard, but anyway, she's obviously having good luck with it. Australia's a bit tougher. You've got things like funnel web spiders there that can make you dead in a hurry. Youch. My 2, Chanel and Tammy, are both deathly scared of spiders. If they lived in Australia, I think they'd probably go into heart palpitations if they saw a spider that they realised could kill you. Can you tell you what color shade my puppies are? Where can I send you pictures? You can text me 580-799-2873. Send me pictures. Buke ML32, same person. Does staph infection leave scars? The answer is no, not normally. I have 2 pups cleared up the infection, but the third doesn't seem to be growing back. It will grow back. I mean, I've seen this quite a bit. You get these bumps, and it's folliculitis. It's basically a staph infection of the, that sounds bad, but it's a staph infection of the hair follicle. And it gets a little eruption right where the root of it is, and then the hair falls out, and then it's a little bald spot right there. So it starts off with a raised bump, ends up with a patch of fur that's missing that might be something in the order of 1 millimeter in diameter. In my experience, it's always grown back, and I've seen this quite a bit. It's pretty common to see this on a puppy's head, where they get, it's kind of like baby crib, on their head. I've always seen it growing back. The Life of Riley. Is it possible to have 2 studs in the same house if they're raised from puppies? Yeah, I mean, we had 2 studs in the house at one point, quite some time ago. I mean, I'm going back 10 years, 15 years ago. And it was okay. I mean, the problem with a stud dog is they want to pee on everything. And if they've got a girl in heat, you've got two stud dogs and they're together running around, they could potentially get aggressive towards each other and are probably going to mark even more. Those are the problems. And so you have to, some dogs are going to be better than others, but I can tell you this, the studs that we have today, if they were in the house, they would trot into the house and they would immediately start marking the floor and the baseboards right away, in the chair legs, right away. It would not be on for us. My wife would not have any part of that. Oh, here we go. Is Anthra Superstar's God? I've been watching your videos and learning so much. I saw you on Rial's show. Yeah, I did a podcast with Rial. His show's got great content, he does. And just had my first breeding on August 11th and waiting confirmation of a girl. Bought puppy care for a bit from you in July. Well, thank you very much, appreciate that. Good, thanks for the shout out. Brian Alicia, I want to be like you people when I get older. She's 30 years old. You got a long ways to go, Brian. Thank you, though. Someone's talking about Shipmate, and they want to know if they bought it in Australia. Of course, we'd ship it to you in Australia. Not a problem. We can do that. Is it used, and I can use it constantly? Yes, you can. I just get the client to ship it back to me. Correct. So what I do is I include a prepaid return shipping label that they then put on the box and send me everything back. So the amount of work that they have to do is about zero. I pay the prepaid $12, $15 shipping label to make it convenient. They drop it off at the appropriate place. I get it back. And then if they don't do that, then there's two things that you've got under your control. Well, there's three things that you could do. One is that you could charge them a fee for not returning it, which is ours is $150. You could not sign off on the AKC registration or whatever registration they need from your stud dog until they've returned it. Or you can get them to prepay $150 or $100 and return that money to you as a credit, or return that money as a rebate when they return the shipping box back. But the whole idea here is to use it over and over and over again. And it works very well that way. Let's have a look at how we're doing here. Dave Smith asked a question. I took my girl for an ultra scan at 31 days, showed nothing on the scan. She came back day 35. Is there a chance you'll be able to see something, or do you think it's so she definitely did not catch. So ultrasounds are a little bit unreliable. I've seen, 10% of ultrasounds that are completely wrong. I've seen 30% of ultrasounds that have got the wrong number of puppies. It depends on how early you have it done. You should be able to tell something about day 31. I would wait, personally, until you're like day 50. And then, or day 60 or day 55, and then get an x-ray done, then you'll know exactly what's going on. Sebastian Salazar was wondering how you'd go about getting my 4-month-old puppies to gain weight. Well, okay, so, let's talk about weight gain in puppies, why they might not be getting it, and what you can expect. So the first thing is that, there's a hereditary component to this. You've got skinny and fat people. Some people have no problem gaining weight. They gain more than they want, even as kids. And other people are just skinny as a rail and stay that way their entire life. So there's that element to it. The second thing is that you can have some underlying problem. Typically, it could be something, bad, like, cancer, not really in a 4-month-old puppy, but you could have other things that are going on, liver shunts, other things that are causing problems with this puppy. But the most likely thing, if you've got a whole group of puppies that aren't gaining weight, is that they've got parasites and they need to be wormed. So that's the most likely thing. And so the normal thing to do would be give them Safeguard for 3 days. And if that didn't, ideas on this would be what their poop looks like. If you're not sure about this, then the vet is the place to go. But look, the only way that you can put weight on a dog is to give it more calories. And there'll be a limit to how much it's prepared to eat. And if it's got a gut parasite, then the calories you're putting in are being consumed by the parasites that are getting bigger, and the dog's not really getting bigger. It might have a swollen belly. So I would investigate whether or not you've got a parasite problem. A fecal exam would be the way to do that at your vet. So you look under a microscope and decide out whether there's something going on. I'd start there. We're getting near the end here. And I think that's it. All right, there goes Tammy. Say hi, Tammy.
I didn't think you could see me. Oh, I was looking at your computer, that's why.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
that's all right, no problem. Tammy's doing laundry. All right, folks.
Hey,
See
thanks
you.
for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.